Mic test. Testing the mic. Mic test. Testing the mic. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Try this again. I do not have high hopes for it. Evidently, like, I can have cameras that run for about 3 or 4 minutes and get both of them, and then they quit. They quit on me. I don't know what the problem is. It seems like it might be a matter of, you know, a rich people problem. Throwing money at it to see if it would work. Let's see. Okay, it's working. Don't know how long it's gonna work for. Howdy, Commander Shepard. Tonight we're working on painting a AC for an upcoming Armored Core video. I have been troubleshooting and working on getting my paint cameras working, and they've worked for about, I don't know, 2 hours of troubleshooting, and then I swear I sit down to start doing some work, and it immediately stops working. All right, so at the point we're at now, let's give this a listen. Music's working, audio's working. I have broken this model probably 30 times at this point. It is the most fiddly, fragile thing I've ever had the displeasure of working on. Been working on it for about, I don't know, 10 hours at this point. And I broke it again. I broke it again, only this time it's much worse than the previous breaks. So let's get this started with what's up, everybody. Who dis? I've got my stream up on this little tiny monitor over at my painting desk. It is the tiniest little screen, and it is. I'll do my best to keep up with the chat and what's going on. But tonight is painting. I want to finish up this here base for this AC and get this guy out for release Tuesday, because Armored Core 6 drops Tuesday. And well, I broke this guy again very recently, and I can't get started until we fix that. And now you can watch me struggle to get this thing glued back together. Oh, this is quite scuffed, quite bad. So mad at myself for breaking it at this stage. Got about 10 hours of work in it, and it's just in a million pieces. The legs have to be in a very specific pose for the base. So I may have really screwed up here by breaking it. I thought this was a cool model. I downloaded it. I was really excited. I printed it out, and it is by far the most fiddly, fragile piece of crap of a model I've ever had the displeasure of working with. Just like, you can't even handle it. It falls apart under its own weight. All right. Let's see if that leg is about right. No, not really. Good enough, though. Put a little more glue on it. And anyhow, my apologies for the complaining. I've been... Oh, I've been trying for some time to get this stream up and running. I have spent money on several products to try and get this working. It's been a nightmare. The biggest takeaway with trying to do this is that OBS seems to really struggle with using multiple cameras. It won't. So the solution has been so far, is to run one camera in Discord and then screen capture it. And then the other one is an actual webcam. Or is the direct feed from the webcam. And that has kind of worked. That's how we've been doing our joint streams, the old gaming streams, which I think we've got another one of those coming up on Tuesday. Technor and I are looking at potentially playing some classic Armored Core. If we can get the software to work right. But, you know, that model is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's a you know, my normal instinct here would be to immediately tab out and then pull up the model to show what it is, but I can't at this moment because of the new setup here. This model has been, it is pretty, but it has been a nightmare. It's all edges, all sharp parts. Everything has really tiny connections. And actually, so what's going on now is I had briefly set this model in my computer chair over there on this piece of cardboard to drain off, and I forgot it was there, and I plopped down in my seat and I felt it break underneath me. I am quite shocked that it held up as good as it did. But you're catching me now at about a day's worth of work. We started with a what did I start with? It was a black prime, and then I did a zenithal spray, or yeah, a zenithal spray with this here Vallejo airbrush model color, jet exhaust, and then I hit it again over top with the duraluminum, and it's been built up with speed paints. It's like let's see, it's right here. I've got Gravelord Gray. I mixed in some Zealot Yellow, and oh, my desk is such a mess right now. It's around here somewhere. I think it was Pale Bone and Zealot Yellow mixed together to get the color. But yeah, and then after that, it's had an oil wash, and it has been drying from the oil wash since last night. So we started out this session with getting the base prepped. And then also, let me see if I can't pick this up in front of the camera here. I am actively doing the filming for a video. So my setup here, I'm straddling a tripod with my phone in it, which is filming right here in 4K. And then I've got a webcam coming from a boom arm up here, trying to capture the same angle that the phone's capturing. And then I've got a webcam up here on the shelf aimed at me. And hopefully this holds up. I'm going to actually step over to the computer real quick and click back on the camera and see if I can't keep it rolling. Let's do that, and then this. And then hopefully, if I just remember to hop up every now and then and run over there and fiddle with the computer a little bit, the camera will stay running. I've been meaning to do these paint streams for a while. You know, I have this idea of turning everything I do into content. Let's find some gray. I know I have some up here. There's a little bit. Okay, so last step I've done is primed this base with Stynel Res White, and then I've hit it with Nazdrag Yellow. Now I'm going to get the camera set up, show the color to the camera, and then put a little out, paint this thing up. Anyhow, I'd be remiss if I didn't take a moment to once again plug that YouTube has allowed me to change the monetization policies of the channel. I'm now a YouTube partner, but don't have access to ad revenue yet. For now, it's channel memberships and super thanks, super chats, that kind of stuff. So if folks are interested in picking up some of the perks of channel membership, I'm offering the Jelly Biscuit tier at 99 cents a month, which will give you access to some fun emojis and a channel badge. And then going forward, as we do more like live stream games, which I do a surprising amount of gaming, channel members will be considered for live stream events. So that should be really fun going forward. And of course, once we hit 1,000 subs, then you know, monetization follows with ad revenue. And as much as I am loath to put ads on my videos, I am indeed trying to get my piece of that pie. I never thought in a million years that I'd be sitting now at the 700 lovely subscribers that enjoy this content, and I am quite thankful for it. If anything, the count now kind of fills me with hope for a bright future in which hobbying can become more of a full-time pursuit, especially as I finish up the degree. I've got one more year of this bachelor's degree, and then who knows, maybe from there a master's. Depends on how well the hobby for pay takes off. You ain't wrong, Commander Shepard. You ain't wrong. I also, once again, thank you for the super chat last stream. We're looking forward to the next episode of Cyborg on the 1st of August. I think we have a new character potentially joining us, and the party is going to be going for like a genuine adventure, more so than what happened. In fact, the last stream, that was 100% off the cuff, all just randomly generated and or made up on the spot. And it seems like the Stockholm Cartel games are really conducive for that. So it seems like the guys are super excited for it. I know I'm excited to see if they can't steal the chrome legs. I'm hyped for the next session. I haven't seen anything about Cyborg, but now I'm considering picking it up. It is the same guys who did Morkborg, which Morkborg is basically the same game, except imagine like medieval Scandinavia instead of cyborg. Imagine a rules light black metal album in a shit ditch, and everything's covered in, well, blood and shit. And there's just something awful about that awesome, or something awesome about that awful aesthetic. And I was gonna run some more Org, but I couldn't get the hype built like I did for the cyborg. And I don't know. I posited out cyborg to the guys, and they jumped on it. So it was really good to see them get in on some RPG action. That group I'm playing with is like the regular TTRPG group. We played Dungeon Crawl Classics for like, I don't know, a year or so into a campaign, and it kind of fell apart. We missed a few sessions and hit a point where just it lost too much momentum, and the campaign died, which is a real shame. But it was a lot of fun. That's also a really good game. I highly recommend. It's kind of more like old school Dungeons and Dragons, maybe closer to like first or second edition. Real fun. I was playing a halfling, and halflings are kind of useless except for they provide luck modifiers for the party, and that turned out to be super useful. Yeah, that's Goodman Games does Dungeon Crawl Classics. I highly recommend that game. Though, you know, I find that it's exceedingly difficult to get together a party of adventurers anymore. Between like finding the time and finding people who can commit, and like just like holding people's attention, it can be really rough. Quite hard to pull together 4 people for this good old pastime, a TTRPG in. Yeah, but you know, if you can find a group, it's well worth playing these games. Let me take a moment to point out that I'm working with Citadel Air colors here. They're pre-thin, so I find that they work fine for base coating without having to thin it out. And we're just gonna pick out some of these like bigger rocks on the base here. Give a little bit of a little visual interest, but not spend too much time on the base. It's really just a splash of color to draw the eye, or to accentuate the model without drawing the eye too much. So the plan here is to do the Mechanica Standard Gray, and I think I might hit it with a Nuln Oil wash over top. And then we've got like these shell casings here and these metal crates, which will get their own stuff. Commander Shepard says, "Oh dude, I'll feel that. I've been trying to get my old group into a time of war, but none of us have the time, patience to get something off the ground. Sad times." When you say a time of war, do you mean the Battletech RPG? Because that is something I too have really been wanting to play. Tell you what, Commander, if I ever run that here on the channel, I'll send you an invite to the Discord. We can maybe get you in on that, get you on the stream, if you'd be down for that. I don't require cameras of people. but it definitely would be voice. So that, you know, that's something to think about. I'll shoot you an email if I put that together. So I think what we're looking at now is probably, I don't know, 3-4 more episodes of Cyborg. I don't know how far this party will go. And then I'm going to try and convince Blake Technoir to run Curse of the Devil Lich. So that'd be fun. It would be a little surreal. Well, I gotta say, I think you're probably the most diehard enjoyer of the streamed content so far, so I can only imagine as much. But you know, your presence is wholly appreciated and makes this these streams worth it, to have some folks who are interested in seeing what's going on and someone to chat to, talk about nothing, waffling while I put some paint on some models, or work in Premiere or something. All right, I'm gonna hop up and click on the camera real quick and make sure it's still working. Straight up called out. Yeah, a little bit like that, but yeah, it's your presence is definitely brings me a smile to sit down and see a friendly face in the chat. Okay, so is it still going here? Yeah, it's still going. All right, I think we're gonna do the we're gonna do some more of the metal color here. My wet palette's a little dry. Let's top it up with some water. You know, it's funny, the camera angles here don't show what an absolute disaster my desk is right now, which is always the tradition while working on a project like this. Okay, so next is not duraluminum, but jet exhaust. So hit record on the phone. We show this to the camera, show it to the camera here. And then this stuff, man, I can't recommend it enough. The Vallejo metal color. It's like, I mean, it's formulated for the airbrush, but it's magic. One coat and done type metallics here. Let's see if I can't illustrate that for the camera here. So it's just like one coat, smooth, goes on, it's metallic. It tends to separate a little bit if you're not like continually stirring it or working really fast with it, but it's pre-thinned, it's super saturated. It almost performs like a contrast color. My hobby table looks like a bomb went off. Yeah, so does mine right now. Right over here is like 10 or 12 paint pots, some used gloves, a whole bunch of jars. To the right of me here, just off frame, are 3 lances that are commissions that I need to finish. And then I've got some extra parts, like this here muzzle effect for my upcoming big hunchback project. Which, you know, that text talk is coming out real soon, and I kind of want to release my hunchback around the same time. So I've been working like a madman to not only try and get this Armored Core video done filmed, edited, and released for Tuesday. But I'm also got another big Hunchback project going at the same time. I'd go pick up the model and show it off, but I don't even think it'll fit in the frame here. I have to move the camera kind of back here to get the whole thing. It's massive. It's insane. I also, I guess, this is for you and anyone who finds this through the algorithm before it gets released. I've decided to go full-on Canopian with it and embrace that meme of the community. So it's going to be a Canopian 1st Brigade Hunchback, and I found some Imperial Guard models that are cat girls. So be like a whole regiment of Canopian cat girl infantry running in between its feet. So it's a little ambitious, and it's kind of touching on that whole, like, you know, a nod to the thirsty crowd, a nod to the cat girl crowd, a nod to the lovers of hunchbacks, all the good things. I'm still chasing that same success that came off the back of the big Urban Mech video. I think I got, like, I want to say it was 169 subscribers off it, which was insane. I never in a million years thought I'd have a video work that well. But here we are. I think these need to be duraluminum. So let's do that. Absolute mad lad. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm trying to, eventually get the discipline to treat this like an actual job. That whole, like, dress for the job that you want, not the one that you have idea. Like, I want to do this full time. It's time for another sick track. Oh, well, tell you, I have one in the early writing stages right now. About Natasha Karimsky. So what better individual to rap about than McLaren's queen herself. All right, I'm gonna pop this camera again over here. I'm super paranoid about this this camera turning off. I don't really have a reliable way to get two cameras running. I was gonna set it up to do two cameras over here running on this machine, and I couldn't get it to work. But now that I've got the two webcams over here, I think I'll give it another go, and that way I don't have to stream from the computer all the way over there while sitting here in the bullshit corner. But yeah, this is something I've been experimenting with in my mind. Continuing with the whole, turning everything into content. Sounds like I still got good audio. Yeah. So what's next? We've got the boxes. We've got the gray down. Now we need these shell casings. Shell casings are gonna they're gonna be duraluminum. If I can get the camera to focus. There we go, duraluminum. Same deal. These are gonna be one coat magic. And then they should, I think I'll do like I don't know, like a yellow speed paint wash over top of them. Might blend in too much with the ground. I mean, we're at the stage now of getting these things done. Hey, who's that? I got some Discord messages. You see who's blowing me up? Who that be? Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh, it's a blast from the past messaging me, but alas, I am occupado at the moment. We're painting tonight, getting stuff done. Aiming to work on these work on this video tomorrow. Probably do like another one of those long form workflow live streams. Streaming. Get it done, get it compiled, do a voiceover, have it released for Tuesday. Armored Core 6 is coming out, and I want to try and snag some of those clicks. That's the idea, at least. The Metroid video was not super successful, unfortunately, but maybe the Armored Core will be. We shall see. Okay, that looks like I've got all the little shell casings done. And then, oh my God, this guy blowing me up. Let's see what he's got to say. Check this real quick. Oh, that's sweet. We've had nothing but positivity to say. Appreciate it. Okay. Alright, so we need to do something to stain these up. And I think it's gonna be Null Oil is the way. I think it's a Null Oil situation. Alright, so show it to the camera, give it a shake, pour some out. If we can't make it work. I think normal is the way. Yeah, that looks great. Immediately. Call this stuff liquid talent. Boy, am I inclined to agree. Actually, mainline some Null Oil. Yeah, right. I do miss the old formulation. It was a little better. And, you know, they just put them in some dropper bottles. That'd be so nice. But really, I haven't found a better black wash besides like an oil wash. And oil wash requires solvents and time, gloves. The Null Oil really does a fantastic job. And it is perfect for this here application because we want to keep the base just real simple. The mech itself is real simple. The base needs to be simple to not detract from that. or the base needs to be even more simple than the model. So, you know, just like solid color with some ink wash over top seems right to me. Speed is key now. I think next time I hop up to mess with the camera, I'll post the model, post a link to the file I've been painting on. A little too much of the oil there. You know, this is working a little better than I thought it would. I was a little irritated. It's always cool watching you make stuff. Well, hey, I thoroughly appreciate your interest. I can only hope that folks find some value in these, like, what amounts to extra content. I don't know what kind of started doing the whole workflow live stream, but you know, it seemed like a good idea, and I think showing folks a glimpse behind the curtain has some value. It's an aspect that not a lot of other content creators are putting into their work. All right, so we've got some null down. I think I want to put some. I want to make these look kind of brassy. So let's use a little bit of this here. Show it to the camera. Zealot yellow. Put a few drops in, and then this neat trick I picked up from Nick over at CC Minis, to just, you don't really need a whole bunch of metallic colors if you have a good selection of like contrast tones. Just paint things silver, which is like the natural color of the mica flakes, so they tend to be a little brighter, and then tint it with the contrast or the speed paint, or what is it, express paint, the Vallejo ones. All right, one more right here. Wick off some of that. And then I think I might do a little dry brush on these stones once it dries, but I think we're gonna do, stop that. I'm gonna bust out the Carbon Black by Golden and rim this base. Oh no, I got some on my fingers. And now it's on my pants. Alright, Carbon Black. And rim the base. So very close to done at this point. It's kind of surreal. I meant to get started earlier today, but got caught up doing some stuff. Played a little Apex with some friends. Cooked dinner. Spent 2 hours trying to get this set up. It's working. I guess the audience can't really see the camera that's in front of me, which is something I was hoping to try and capture in this, but I think going forward the paint streams are going to be a thing, so long as I can keep, you know, a 2-camera setup going. Definitely not as exciting as the workflow live streams, I don't think. But, you know, there's that whole distractions and being able to load up tabs and go down rabbit holes and share content, whereas this is kind of just, I got a camera pointed at a model and another camera pointed at me. And heck, even that was kind of hard to line up. I got my softbox light here that's a little bit in the way for the shot, but is important for filming. So on that, I've got a softbox light here. We got another one here, and then I've got this light, boom arm light on the model itself. And I don't feel like I have enough light on these scenes, honestly. Certain tones are really hard to capture, like blacks and whites. Just making sure things have enough light, making sure the camera will autofocus on it, you know, like trying to keep things in frame. And then here, I've got 2 different angles on the same thing, and I'm trying to be cognizant and keep it in frame for both the filming and y'all. And arguably, the webcam for the stream is probably more important, because, like, sure, I'm painting a base room here and I'm recording the whole thing on the phone, but I'll probably realistically use like 5 to 10 seconds of the shot in the video. And I think I've mentioned it before in some of the workflow live streams. If I'd really think about the shots a little more, probably save some headache and some edit time by, like, you know, compose the shot, record 5-10 seconds of it, and then like set the camera out of the way. Instead, I kind of just like, I let the camera go, recording like 10 minutes at a time, and then I end up wasting so much footage that way. But, you know, say Livy, just the way it is. Alright, let's give a little extra on that lip there. Make sure ain't no white showing as it goes around. Got this subscribe thing as a bit of a gag for the full video. All right, that is a blackened rim, and I think it's just about time to glue the Ray Leonard Aaliyah 3 model to the base. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get this going and this going. And then a little bit of crazy glue. And she's got these convenient tracks for her feet here. Got to just fill up with glue. Okay. I did not get the legs glued back correctly, it appears. It's fine, it is what it is. Good enough is good enough, as I always say. I've somehow managed to glue myself to the front here. Did I pull off paint? I think I did. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Cool. How is she so off kilter? Alright. I hate this model. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. It's been such a nightmare to work on. Alright. Most fragile, fiddly, spindly piece of garbage I've ever had the displeasure to work on. It sure is pretty though. It sure is pretty. The detail's exquisite. The producer had a really well done support setup. It just, you know, you put it on the build plate, hit go, and it just worked. But I mean, you breathe on this thing and it falls apart. Anyhow. Put a little accelerator down to keep these from crazing up too bad. Alright. See if we can't fix this arm again. I think we'll do glue on this end. And then some accelerator on this end. See if we can't line it up. I was actually thinking of doing this model as like a giveaway to send it off, but there is a 0% chance it will survive any type of handling or mailing or even wrapping it to be mailed. Unfortunately, I've discovered how fragile resin models are for shipping through my commissions as of late. So the Aaliyah is almost ready. We're going to put a little red in the eye, and I think some little bits on the base, little bits of tufts maybe. Anyhow, let me check this camera again tag it twice. Pow, pow. And then I'll put in the chat the Ray Leonard Aaliyah. I went with the 75mm version. She set me back 21 bucks. And probably about, oh, I don't know, $4 or $5 worth of resin, maybe, if that. Let me double check this. How's the audio levels? Sounds good to me. Okay, what's next? We've got, I think I want to do another, do I have stickers ready? Every time I end up using one of these, I can't remember what I did with them. I want to do another quote-unquote guest palette segment. And I don't know where my stickers are. I have lost all my Pokemon stickers. Well, phooey, that sucks. How about just one of these then? Okay. We'll do one of those instead of a guest palette today. And then I want to do tufts, I think. Do some tufts. I think we'll do some of these as well. Stuff falling down. Yeah, some of these and some of the red ones. All right. Yeah, this will be fun. They'll look good on the base too. Okay. We're gonna do a few little bits and bobs on the base to make it look really nice. And then I also need my PVA glue. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, so put her off to the side, and we're gonna do a few tufts, a few of these. I'm gonna do a few of these. Here, birch seeds, they're awesome, highly recommend. They look like scale oak leaves. Do a few of the red ones, and then we want to do a guest palette, except I don't have a guest palette today, just a Country Fried Mini sticker. And we'll put a dollop of glue. All right. Two tweezers, two pairs of tweezers. Let's reshoot that. Two pairs of tweezers. Some greenery. Probably don't need that much, maybe just like that many. And just grab and dip. stick. And grab and dip. And stick. Rinse and repeat. Grab, dip, stick. Grab, dip, stick. Now that's thinking with your dipstick, Jimmy. Wonder if anyone out there is old enough to recall those commercials. Post it in the comments down below if you remember thinking with your dipstick, Jimmy. Okay. Now we're gonna start putting leaves on one by one. That's gonna add so much immersion to the base. No pattern to it. If anything, we want to avoid a pattern as best as possible. I think, honestly, I was intent to spray this model and kind of show the whole the varnishing as well, but I bet this glue is going to take a little while to dry, and I'll have to do something else for the stream content at least. We can put the red in the eye, maybe. But yeah, I guess this right here shows the struggle. Got these fiddly little things to do, and I've got a camera in between me and the model, so I'm trying to see what I'm doing, trying to film what I'm doing, and now I'm also trying to stream what I'm doing while also making sure I speak enough to fill the dead space. Not too much dead air. Definitely reflect upon how much time I spend like listening to stuff, podcast or content on YouTube that doesn't really require looking at it. Because like I got this little tiny window of a computer screen up there I'm looking at. My painting desk has this little I want to say it's 6x4. Little tiny 6x4 monitor on the wall. You can see it in the content. But it's really bad for seeing certain things. Hard to use Discord on it, for instance. Though honestly, now that I'm looking at the stream, monitoring on the stream on it, it seems to work fine for that. I can see the video, I can see the chat. Works really well. So, yeah, if you find this stream via the algorithm and are watching along as you paint, whatever you're doing, let me know down in the comments down below if you like it, if you dislike it, if it's worth doing, if there's something you want to see, maybe better angles, etc. Just let me know. I definitely will take any and all input to heart, and maybe even put some of it into practice. If you have questions, I'm also more than willing to answer them. A few of these down. And again, these little things I'm adding right now are birch seeds. I bought a set of them off Amazon for like 20 bucks. They came in 4 colors. They look awesome. They're scale fallen leaves. They add so much immersion to your bases. I cannot recommend these enough. They're really the type of basing product that will really like, push your models over the edge and make them stand out. I generally find that folks at gaming days are quite curious as to what they are and where they come from. Definitely one of those like good old hobby secret type products. I think birch trees like reproduce by cones. They're very reminiscent of a pine cone, but much finer. The scales are really tiny, and they're perfect for this application. I used them on my U.S. Ariadne Force from the painting an army in one day video. Slamming out a tournament list, I think is the name of it. And indeed, they added so much to the models. But as you can see, it's fiddly. They don't really work so great if you just sprinkle them. I mean, I guess you could, but it's better to take your time and get a little bit of precision application. Plus, it's always more fun to provide content to y'all as me fumbling. One of my favorite things to include. If I drop something, spill something, break something, etc., it's gotta go in the videos. And you know, when it happens live, that works too. Phone just went off. That means I've been sitting here putting leaves down for 10 whole minutes. Let's give it a look-see though. It's kind of awesome. I see a little bit of a support right here. I think I need to cover that up. Probably use a tuft, I think. Not a tuft, thingamabob. And actually, I have some tufts. I wonder if I could get away with 1 or 2 on here. Some wasteland tufts. It's about time to re-up on these. Alright, let's do that. Grab this boy and stick it right there. I think it's really important to have a good solid variety on your bases. It's very easy to make things very samey if you just use like one color of grass, which I guess it's fine for most like Games Workshop products, right? Like there's a certain aesthetic appeal to the classic basing style of just like, you know, green grass. But then again, like having a rich variety of stuff on your base, oh man, it looks so good. Visual interest, visual noise, all that jazz. I think that is good for basing. And I need to do what next? What's next? I think what's next is the red of the eyes. Let's get this out of the way. Yikes. Okay. Get those. Get these in the trash. All right, we'll refilm this right here. Show the Mephiston red to the camera. Pull it over here. Find my paintbrush. Put a little bit of red down. Make sure this is nice and clean. Nice sharp tip. Okay. All right. So, got this tiny little visor slit right here. See if I can't angle it without breaking this model. I don't know if that even shows up on the camera. Probably not. Same deal here. Very fine little sharp winder. Okay. What else needs red? Maybe like the lights on these weapons. And I think there's one on like the end of this. Yeah. And I wish I would have started this project a little sooner, on camera that is, because I think, other than the varnish coat over top, I think she's done. Base got a little chewed up. In fact, let's go around that one more time. Got another blast of black paint. And this here Golden brand black. It's really high quality black. It's super tough. It's richly pigmented, but it is quite shiny. So, though I recommend getting some golden, like artist grade acrylics for your collection, I'd be remiss if I didn't recommend also investing in a good, really good flat coat, kind of matte varnish for your models to bring down the shine that's invariably going to come from such a product. We can't black out this rim here. You know, I'm pretty pleased with this AC project here. I was a little worried after I did the first few layers. She was very bland, kind of silver. And after putting the weathering on it and some oil washing and then prepping this base, it's really looks pretty good. Good enough, at least. Not trying to, you know, kill myself on this project here. Yeah, looks great. Okay, so I'm not actually sure what I can do here because she needs to dry and she needs to get a top coat, and that's gonna be this here product, this Winsor & Newton matte UV varnish, artist acrylic. Stuff is wonderful through the airbrush. Always comes out great. But for now, let me check in on this stream thing again, and then I'm gonna grab a little water, and I shall be right back. Let's do one of these. All right, let's transition on back in. Might end up turning off the mic for this one. See how well this works. So I'm on that last step now, and I think she's dried enough to go ahead and do that spray. Let me go ahead and, I didn't mute my audio playback. Let's do that. Come back over here. Alright. How's that looking? This might get a little loud, so I may have to mute myself. Let me give that a test real quick. Testing, testing, testing. It did do like a little pop, didn't it? Okay. Is it all messed up now? No, it sounds all right. Okay. All right, so where we're at now is to put on my respirator. Listen to the audio come back again and again and again.
Alright, so I don't know how well this gets picked up. Doesn't sound alright. Let's see if this gets picked up. It don't sound too bad. I'm looking over at the levels over there. They seem all right, actually, which is surprising. So let's mute that. And go ahead and get this thing back going again. Drop a few drops of water in. I'm sure my neighbors love me right now. It's 11:30 at night and I'm about to start spraying with a compressor. And I think this one needs a higher vantage. So let's do this. Let's set this to Pro Video. Show the camera the matte UV varnish. Always get this in the shot. It's one of my favorite shots, actually. To have the camera focused in on the cup here. Something nice about filling the cup like that. And let's give it a quick test spray. There we go. And hit our model with some varnish. Trying to go around all these cameras is rough, but I don't know if my voice is coming through at all. But I always love this step of the process. It's always so good because I know I'm at the end. And to see that, like, to see the surface quality change on the model, oh, it's so good. So very, very good. I may have had that whole shot out of focus too. Fun times. Turn this back to autofocus mode. And we'll go around her again one more time. Try to do this without hitting the cameras. I don't mean to hit the cameras, it's just very tight quarters here. All right. And there, I think she's done. So, from here, I can take a moment to at least like show what goes into cleaning the airbrush. I'm going to grab a little bit of water in this pipette and I'm just going to pump it in and out of the reservoir. And then I don't know if y'all can see here, but I've got 2 jars and one is clean water and one is dirty paint water. So every time I'm pipetting some out, I'm digging it out of the clean water, and then I'm blowing it out into the dirty stuff. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna purge this. And when it's done, I'll cut off the compressor, get rid of the water. And then finally remove the needle. And that's it. That's a done model. Much less time than I thought would be involved. I didn't realize I was so close to the end when I started the project this evening. Is that any better? There we go. I think she come out pretty beautiful, if I do say so myself. A little drab for the low for the camera here, but that's fine. Get that hair out of there. But she's super fun. Well, the model is fun. Putting this together and painting it has honestly been a nightmare. I broke her multiple times. But anyhow, tonight has been a fun little experiment so far. Did my stream die? Oh, I think one of my cameras died, is what's happened. I think one of my cameras has died. See if I can't recover it.
I mean, that just might be where it's at. Yeah, I think I'm not sure exactly what causes this, but for some reason, one or another of the cameras just dies, just like stops working for no reason. Nothing has changed. No drivers have changed. It just it just decides to stop working. And it looks like that's about what I'm going to get, is like 75 minutes, an hour. It also looks like both cameras have stopped functioning. So, for that matter, we're going to call it there. Yeah. Not really sure. Not really sure what's happened. But, you know, that's my experience with the cameras. So, I don't have a mic here. I had to turn on the headset mic. So, unfortunately, it looks like both cameras died. Maybe that's all I get is about 80 minutes. I don't know why. It just like all of a sudden stops working. I think it has to do with the USB hub itself. So I might look into getting another USB hub for the streams going forward. Yeah, it's a real shame. But in any case, I know you can't see my face in the moment, but I want to thank y'all for joining me today. A reminder that the channel is now open to accepting members. So check it out if that's something that you'd be interested in. It's as low as $1 a month. It's cheap. And I just want to make that a way for people to, show their love for the channel in a monetary means. To help me buy supplies, help me buy paint, help me stay stocked on stuff. So if you want to support what I do, feel free to join up as membership or toss us super thanks or super chats, etc. But stay tuned for more. I'm going to work out the kinks on these here paint streams to make them a little better going forward. At least get the camera situation working. And expect a stream tomorrow as we hop into the premiere and get things going. Yeah. In any case, thank you for your time. If you found this through the algorithm, be sure to toss us a like and sub for more. Got some fun stuff on the way. And check out the Edna video if you ain't so far. In fact, here let's pull that up. Country Fried Minis on YouTube. If you ain't seen it, check you out the 5 easy textures with Edna. Maybe my favorite video I've done so far. Didn't perform great, but got some real fun stuff there. So check it out. In any case, I want y'all to remember to be happy while you're painting, and also to remember that your participation and involvement of the channel brings me joy and keeps me happy while I'm painting. In any case, thank you for your time. See you around next time, maybe even tomorrow night. Take it easy, y'all. Good night.